Hey everybody, Eugene Holden here again. And we're going to take a little different look at the guides from now on. These are the meaning of the guides. These are the meaning of the guides and why I wrote the guides. And today's guide is for March 13th, and the guide is always remember. The quote is by Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Never forget that intelligence rules the world and ignorance carries the burden. Therefore, remove yourself as far as possible from ignorance and seek as far as possible to be intelligent. And Dr. Holmes writes in the Science of Mind textbook, remember, we are dealing with intelligence. It is going to evolve our concept exactly as we involve it. Get that? It is going to evolve our concept exactly as we involve it. So in the first paragraph, I talk about practicing inclusion. When we practice inclusion, or anything else for that matter, we are dealing with a creative intelligence that works for us by working through us. See, remembering who we are, always remembering who you are, always remembering that you are connected, that we are all connected to a divine intelligence, allows us to be and practice inclusion. But not just inclusion, but practicing anything else that we may be in activity with, right? So remembering that we are surrounded by a divine intelligence allows us to practice from a place of unity. Because once we declare that we are one with that divine intelligence and being one with everything else, then when we are really focused on being inclusive, and then we are including the all. Always remember that you are created after the divine image from the infinite intelligence that can be used to bring about the life you desire. No matter the situation, you have the power to change it. Remember that. You have the power to change that. Oh, but I know sometimes you may hear, yeah, Eugene, but I don't have the power. You know, I've given my power up, or I'm afraid to step into my power. I understand that. I know what you mean. I've been there. You know, and so after being there for a while, there's this divine creative spark within that just wants to light up. And after a while, you cannot ignore it anymore. You cannot ignore it. Ignorance, you cannot ignore it anymore. We cannot pretend that it's not there. So we have to tap into the intelligence that is on the inside. You know, when we are speaking about, I can't do this, you know, I've given my power away, I don't know how to step back into my power, or step from my power, coming from my power, that's a practice of separation. Always remember that when we practice separation, we are separating ourselves from the good we say we want. We are separating ourselves from the good we say we want. In other words, I could be speaking for, affirming, and visioning for my highest and greatest good, but if in the inside I feel separate in any way, then I'm going to keep that good from coming to me because I'm separate from it, no matter what the words are. See, here's the interesting thing. This infinite intelligence that we call the law responds not only to our words, it responds mainly to the feeling tone. It responds to the feeling tone behind the words. So I could say that I am abundance and that I declare my good. I can say that all day long. However, if the internal language is I'm not worthy, and then I'm not going to receive the good that I'm talking about. See, we have to come into alignment. We have to become in one with the good that we are. We can confirm the good. Once we allow it to come to our lives, now it's a confirmation of what we know. When we exclude, at some level exclude ourselves. So why do I say that? When we exclude others, we in some way exclude ourselves. The reason why is because we are all connected. See, now, I don't want to say that it's not about allowing everyone into our lives, because not everybody should be in our lives. Not everybody. But that doesn't mean that we have to feel excluded, because we are all connected by the breath. We are all connected by the fact that we all can see the sun, or can feel the sun, or can hear the wind blow, right? We are all connected. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm going to separate myself from somebody who practices life in a different way. In fact, I'm going to include them. I'm going to see how I can be one with them, and maybe we can benefit from each other. No matter where anyone is in the world, we all see the same full moon. That's what I was saying earlier, right? We're not excluding anybody. It's not that we're excluding. It's just that not everybody, because we are all so very different, and like attracts alike, right? Likes attract like. Birds of a feather flock together, and all of that good stuff. But all of that is happening encompassed in the one life. All of these different things are happening included in the one life. Now is the time to include our thoughts and well wishes. It doesn't matter that people may have different skin color. It doesn't matter that people may have a different political ideology. It doesn't matter if people practice a different religion. It doesn't matter. Here's the thing, right? None of us were born Baptists. None of us were born religious scientists. None of us are Jewish or Democrat or Republican or independent. None of us were born that way. Now, we may have been born into that's not how we were born. We weren't born that. We were born the spiritual expression of the divine. We were created in the spiritual image and after the spiritual nature of the one, each and every one of us. So this is why we want to always remember to include everyone. We all come from the same source. It is time that we remember we are here to assist in living a life where all. It's time, folks. It's time. It's time. In fact, truth be told, it's past time. Now, if there are issues that we might be having a problem with and not knowing how to get past, attached to, reach out to me. Serve. Waking up is breaking. Waking up. I don't mean waking up physically. Waking up becoming aware of what's really going on is breaking the shackles of ignorance and living from and with the divine intelligence that governs the universe. It's time for us to wake up. When we wake up in breaking the shackles that tie us, that bind us. So remember who you are. Always remember. Always remember who you are. Divine being of light. If you want to reach out to me, you can contact me at your affirmation. I am one with God. I am the light of God manifesting as love, grace, and peace. Always remember that. Always remember that. Peace.